Water is 60% of your body, but the next several minutes will be 100% amazement. Join us as we uncover the health, environmental, and social problems of H2O. Welcome to Operation Water, where we as a group of scientists are on a mission to teach DC about water. In this week's episode, we discuss water and your personal health. So today, I'm joined with Professor Javier Guzman of American University. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So Professor Guzman, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
I'm a professorial lecturer in the Department of Biology. This semester, I'm teaching human structure and function. I'm teaching molecular biology. My background is sort of varied, so I'm just an all-around biologist, I suppose.
Awesome. So today's topic is water and your health, which I'm sure you know a lot about. I'm going to be asking you a few questions, and we'll also be getting questions from our live Twitter feed from users using the hashtag #OperationWater. But first, let's take a look at what some DC residents have to say.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Chris Carrillo, and this week we take to the streets to ask DC residents about water and their health. So, how much water do you drink daily?
If I had to guess, I would say like a minimum of 4 cups. I try to drink a lot of water.
I try to drink at least 8 cups of 8 ounces, but usually 2 big smart waters that I refill.
Drink about 3 liters of water.
Do you drink tap water?
Yeah, I put it into I have a Brita filter, and so I just use tap water to fill my Brita filter.
I mean, the water in DC tastes really chlorine-y.
I'll drink tap water if that's all that there is, but for the most part, I just use bottled water for convenience.
Do you normally carry a water bottle with you every day?
Yeah, I do.
Most of the time I carry one of those plastic bottles from Westlaw. At home I just drink out of a filter, and plastic cups, paper cups, whatever I have nearby.
Do you believe there's such a thing as too much water? Drinking too much water?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I've heard of people dying from too much water, overhydration.
Probably in certain circumstances, if you drink too much too quickly, you can probably get pretty sick. I heard if you're sick, you're not supposed to drink super cold water because it's like a shock to your system.
So I think we learned a lot from the residents of DC. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a good day. So our first question is, can you tell us exactly why it is so important that we drink water every day?
So the reason why you need to drink water is because your body is well over 50%, some estimate over 60%, and some estimates are as high as near 70% of your body is water. And so that means that you need to keep that balance within your body and the other elements that make up your body. In addition, your immune system uses water in order to make mucus, and it has antimicrobial properties within your nose, the saliva in your mouth, the lining of your gastrointestinal system. And speaking of the GI system, that mucus also helps to keep things going, moving as it were.
Keep you regular.
Keep you regular, absolutely. And unfortunately, dehydration can cause things like constipation, so that's really important as well. And of course, there's excretion, right? We need to be able to excrete waste from our body, metabolic waste, not only solid form, but liquid form, right? Water soluble. And so you need to be hydrated in order to carry that process out.
So would you recommend the 8 glasses of water every day?
That's thought to be more of an urban myth. You get water from food, you get water from water-based things like soda and coffee. So that whole 8 ounces is sort of questionable. So it depends on your level of exertion. If you're somebody who's exercising a lot, if you're an athlete, then by all means you're going to be drinking a lot of water. If you're somebody who doesn't exercise a lot, who really has a more sedentary lifestyle, then the rule of thumbs, I think, for most people is to drink when you're thirsty. Your body will tell you, absolutely. And fortunately, in this country, we have easy access to water. And so it becomes a question of just drink when you're thirsty. In other places, not so lucky.
Excellent. So we have our first Twitter question from our live Twitter feed with the hashtag #OperationWater. It's from Romcom55. As much as I love water, is vitamin water just as good?
So with vitamin water, you have to be careful with what you're taking in. I've seen a lot of them have things like vitamin D. If you're somebody who doesn't take in enough vitamins within your normal diet, then that might be a nice supplemental. Most people, I think, if they watch their diet, if they have a nice varied diet, they're probably not going to need it as much. Electrolyte enhanced water is something that if you don't get enough electrolytes like sodium and potassium within your diet, then that could help you, especially if you're somebody who exercises a lot, you're going to be perspiring a lot, you're going to be losing electrolytes. That's a nice way to replenish those electrolytes.
Negative additives to stuff to other drinks like that, like sugars and?
That's, a lot of people when they're trying to lose weight, given that the adult population at this point in our history, 2/3 of our population is either obese or overweight. So that, and it's estimated, I think it's 17% the last figures I saw of our children. And so you have to consider the liquid diet, the liquid calories that you're taking in, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, well, I ate this. Well, what did you drink? So it's important to take those into consideration as well. So, the rule is, like so many other things, less is more.
Yeah.
The less calorically loaded drinks you take in this country, probably the better you are.
So going back to the topic of hydration, can you tell us some signs of dehydration?
Well, one of the easiest one is thirst, right? You're thirsty, your body's going to let you know. Dry mouth is another one, right? Dry skin can be another symptom. Another big one, constipation. That's going to be
I was told that the color of your tongue changes as you get dehydrated.
Well, that would make sense, again, because water is what your body uses to make saliva, right? So all of a sudden, your mouth is going to get drier, and that's going to change the way that it looks a little bit, depending on the level of dehydration.
Yeah. Okay, so we have another Twitter question from I Can Has You. I always forget my water bottle in my dorm room, but I don't trust water fountains. Are they actually safe?
When we're talking about university water fountains, these things are kept up. They have regular maintenance. And so I would say that the rule is, if it looks like it's maintained, you should go ahead and use it. If you see something funny, if you see somebody putting their lips right up to, to drink right up to the, to the actual faucet, then, you might want to avoid it and maybe find another source. But I think by far and large, it's usually okay. It's usually okay.
But like a public water fountain in like DuPont Circle.
Those personally, I'm a little bit more wary about.
Yeah.
Just because they're not going to have the same level of rigor and sort of normal maintenance that, say, one here in the university is going to have.
To jump on top of that question. Do you have a suggestion for a type of water bottle we should use? Is plastic okay, or will it leach chemicals into the water, which I've read about?
So that was a big worry for a long time, and you've probably seen a lot of BPA bisphenol A free bottles. The sign, the sticker that says BPA free. And so it was found that some of these plastics can leach chemicals into the water. A lot of times this happens when they're kept in situations where they're warmed up. That's going to sort of enhance the amount of leaching. And so keeping BPA free, BPA can mimic estrogen. That's one of the reasons why people were like, I don't want this, and I don't want this. And the sort of results from taking water in that has sort of that estrogen mimicking compound. But just don't leave it in your car. Don't leave it in somewhere where it can get warmed up or heated up. Is a good rule of thumbs. Plastic generally safe. I would probably say BPA free is a good thing. But again, just the rule of thumb is keep it in a nice, cool place. Don't let it, don't let it sit in the sun.
So look out for like the sticker that says BPA.
I would suggest that's one thing you could do. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, we're running out of time. So do you have any parting advice for our audience?
Well, I would say drink water when you're thirsty. Your body will tell you. You can take in water from different sources from your food. You can take it in from other drinks that are water-based. Just be careful of things like diuretics, things that can make you urinate more and lose more water, things like coffee and alcohol. Yeah. And if you are going to drink alcohol responsibly and hydrate before you go to bed so that you can avoid the next morning hangover. That's caused in part by dehydration. So, yeah, it's cool. nice rule of thumbs.
Well, thank you for joining us. And as the tide leaves the shore, it's time for us to part. See you all next week on Operation Water.